welcome to Always Analog, where we celebrate the beauty of analog technology in the digital world. Today we're going to look at a pen, a Papermate InkJoy Quatro 4-color pen. And I want to say right off the bat, I want to thank my pencil and pen pal, Richard, who sent this my way, in addition to a bunch of other goodies, which we'll look at in future episodes. But I was delighted to see this in the mix. Thank you, Richard, so much. It's really appreciated because, while there is nothing particularly rare or uncommon about this pen, I've never seen one in a store. Maybe I haven't looked. I'm sure they are in numerous retail establishments. Here in southeast Michigan, where I am, I've just never seen it. So, I've certainly seen plenty of Papermate InkJoy instruments, but not this Quatro. So, thank you again, Richard, for sending this to me. And we just want to take a look here at this pen. And again, this is a 4-color pen. We'll also do a little comparison to the original Bic 4-color pen, which I do see everywhere for sale. But I was thrilled to see that the Quatro was there in Richard's box of goodies. So let's just start with the barrel here. It's white plastic. It does have a rubberized grip, as you can see right here. Certainly something that differs from the Bic. However, it should be noted that Bic does make a 4-color pen. It's black, that has a rubberized grip. So you can get a rubberized grip in the Bic 4-color, but for the sake of this review, I'm just sort of pairing it against the original Bic pen. So it is a medium point, 1.0 millimeter tip on these 4 colors, which are blue, black, green, and red. Same as the Bic. Let's take a closer look here. You can see the built-in pocket clip, and perhaps you can see embossed at the end are the 2 hearts, which are the Papermate trademark. There was no packaging included with this. It was just the pen. So I don't have the package to tell you, but I did research a little bit online. These are made in China, from what I could discern from sources online. They are technically refillable. You'll notice, however, the ink tubes are color keyed to the ink, but they are not transparent. You know, there's sort of a solid color here. This really does not allow one to see, one, how much ink they give you, or the level at which the ink is at as you are using it. So I'm guessing, let's see, let me take this blue one here. There. Here's the ink tube. It's hard for me to tell you how full it is, but it is removable, and one would think it would be replaceable. I know the Bic pens are replaceable. So, anyways, I would think these would be too. Where you would find the refills, I couldn't tell you. I've certainly never seen them. I've never seen the pen, let alone the refills, but perhaps they're available somewhere. It works as you think it might. Each ink-colored plunger is retracted by the slight depressing of another one of the colors. So there you have it. Round. No other markings on it except that. So by contrast here, now we'll look at this Bic. Again, it operates the same way in terms of how it retracts. In terms of length, they are almost the same. The Bic may be a smidge bigger only because of the loop at the top. So there's that, but they're by and large the same size. In terms of circumference, the Papermate feels a tad bigger, wider. That may be an illusion because of the grip as opposed to the Bic. The Bic has 4 colors of ink, and in the Bic's case, these ink tubes are clear. So let me remove one. And I have seen refills for the Bic. So here's the red as an example. They kind of all look they do kind of all look the same. It's hard to tell the color of ink from just looking at the tube, but this is the and you can see that these are refillable, certainly, and I have seen refills for the Bic. This the Bic Fabrique en France. It is made in France, and I think all the 4 color pens come from Bic's plant in France. And it even says right here, embossed. I don't know if you can see it. Made in France. And the Bic embossment. So we'll compare ink colors here, but let's get started and do a little writing with this Papermate Inkjoy Quatro. Starting with blue. Smooth pen, very smooth. Okay, there's our blue. black. Red. And green. I would say, again, it writes fairly smoothly. There is a slight blotching, generally at turns. You see it here on some of the loops. Seems to be less prevalent in the blue, but you can see where there's a slight blotching there. But the green is a little, green ink is hard. It's hard for me to find a really vibrant, dark green. They are few and far between. This green is a little bit light. The red is nice. And the black and blue, nice. Now, just for comparison, we're going to try here the Bic. By the way, the Bic is also a 1mm ballpoint. So this is sort of an apples to apples here. And fairly close, I would say. I would say, however, in the blue and the black, the Inkjoy seems to be more saturated. I would say that there is a real, it's a very clear. These are darker colors, richer than the Bic ink version. In the red, you have a brighter red and a darker red. Bright, dark. The greens are probably the most similar, although again, and this just tells you how companies formulate their ink, this is a brighter green, this is a darker green. I think they're less different than the reds, but the Papermate, the Inkjoy Quatro is a brighter. The Bic green also, I think you can see, leaves a little bit on the turns. Back to our Inkjoy. Okay, let's try it again. We'll give it a couple of seconds to dry. Okay, so this is immediate, this is 1 second after, this is 10 seconds after. So, but it could cause some left-handed writers a little bit of a smudge, but it is a smooth pen. And yeah, like I said, the blue and black, nice color saturation. Thank you, Richard, for sending this my way. There it is. Papermate Inkjoy Quattro. Thanks for watching, and if you like what goes on here, please share, like, and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you again soon back here on Always Analog.